The simmering animosity between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky erupted once again in a blistering interview. Speaking with journalist Pavel Zarubin, Putin launched a direct and scathing assault on Zelensky, portraying him as an inept leader clinging to power at any cost and standing as the greatest obstacle to peace. Putin wasted no time in attacking Zelensky's leadership, painting him as a liability to Ukraine's military and a danger to its people.
The fact is that the current head of the Kyiv regime, is becoming a toxic figure for the Ukrainian armed forces, because he gives unjustified orders, dictated not by military considerations, but by political considerations, and it is unclear what they are based on. This leads to unjustified large losses, if not very large, or catastrophic losses for the Ukrainian army. He is becoming toxic for society as a whole.
The Russian president also took aim at Zelensky's refusal to hold elections, accusing him of deliberately maneuvering to extend his rule. A sentiment, he noted, that has also been echoed by former US President Donald Trump. Both Putin and Trump have questioned Zelensky's legitimacy, with Trump recently criticizing his handling of the war and alleged misuse of American financial aid.
Finally, he has cornered himself with his decree banning negotiations with the Russian Federation on a peace deal, effectively shutting down those talks. The issue here is that he is avoiding negotiations. Why? Because if negotiations begin sooner or later, and most likely quite quickly, it will lead to the necessity of lifting martial law. And as soon as that happens, elections will have to be held.
Putin went further, alleging that Zelensky's approval ratings had plummeted to the point where he had absolutely no chance of securing another term through fair elections. He pointed to Ukrainian General Valery Zaluzhny, now exiled in London, as Zelensky's most formidable rival, claiming that Zaluzhny's popularity had doubled in comparison.
According to our data, they are objective, is exactly 2 times less than that of his closest political potential rival. This is Mr. Zaluzhny, the former commander of the Ukrainian armed forces, who was exiled to London. His rating is exactly twice as high. And if we add to this the possible support of this possible candidate from other political figures, including former prime ministers or former presidents, then the current regime has absolutely no chance of winning the elections. They are equal to 0.
Putin also pointed to the Ukrainian parliament's recent vote to extend Zelensky's powers, claiming it was further proof of his political toxicity.
He is becoming toxic for society as a whole, and this is evidenced, in my opinion, by today's vote in the Rada to extend his powers.
The Russian president's closing remarks made it clear. He sees Zelensky as the sole roadblock to ending the war. In an assertion laced with both accusation and irony, Putin claimed that even Washington was moving toward peace, if not for Zelensky's resistance.
The current US president has declared that he wants to achieve peace, and by the way, so do we, and as quickly as possible. And the current head of the regime, he is on the way to achieving this goal.
The relentless war of words between Putin and Zelensky has reached new heights, each branding the other as the true enemy of Ukraine. While Moscow paints Zelensky as a failing dictator desperate to hold on to power, Kyiv sees Putin as an unrelenting aggressor bent on Ukraine's destruction. The battlefield rages on, but so does the war of legitimacy, one where neither side seems willing to concede an inch.